Haunting shadows unveiled. There's something unsettling about handling memories that don't belong to you, especially late at night, when your own reflection seems to watch from every darkened window. That's what I told myself as I started my new job, cataloging boxes of old family photos for a local historical society. The pay was decent, and most of the images were ordinary snapshots of birthdays, picnics, and vacations from decades past. But it didn't take long for me to notice the shape, always in the background, barely more than a smudge in the first few photos, but unmistakably human. At first, I thought it was just damage, a trick of light on old film. But as I moved through the stacks, the shadow seemed to draw closer with each photo, gaining definition. In one, the figure stood behind a little girl on her birthday, in another, it hovered just over a family's dinner table, features still blurred, but arms now stretching forward. I started keeping a tally, flipping back and forth to prove I wasn't imagining it. But every time I returned to the earlier photos, the figure seemed a little clearer, like it was aware of my attention, responding to it. By the third box, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. The air around my desk grew cold, and the overhead lights flickered whenever I handled the photos with the shadow. Even when I looked away, I felt a presence at my back, a prickle along my neck. I tried to distract myself by going faster, desperate to finish and leave, but something compelled me to keep looking, until I reached the very last photo in the collection. This one was different, modern, color, glossy. My own face stared out from the picture, wide-eyed and terrified, mouth open in a silent scream. Behind me, in the photo and, I realized, in the room, the shadowy figure was no longer just a blur. It wore my face, perfectly clear, an expression of cold hunger on its lips as its hands closed around my throat. I dropped the photo and spun around. The room was empty, but I finally understood, I'd been cataloging not just memories, but warnings. And now my own image is waiting in that last photo, for the next person who dares to look.